Good morning and good evening. Welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster, touching base with you as I always do every day. And if you are in the east on the East Coast, it is morning. And all you wonderful New Yorkers and East Coast folks, I'm just bringing this camera closer to me. And if you are in the Central African time, you are watching me at the moment. It's live at 5. So how are you all doing? I hope you guys are doing well on this amazing day. Today is Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is time for, I'm getting my little screen here. It is time for Tip Tuesday. And you know what we do on Tip Tuesday? Because it's really Photography Tip Tuesday. I said, let me just get back into, we should be just calling it Photography Tip Tuesday. And we'll be talking about something really dear to my heart today. I hope you are ready to enjoy it. And let me share that with you. It is Mastering Light on the Road. So it's part of still of our travel series as I'm on the road, giving you these travel series tips. And this one says Mastering Light on the Road, Golden Hours versus Blue Hour in Different Climates. This is really interesting because we've been talking about golden hour in our regular shows over the last 2 years as I've been coming on live. But this time we're going to go really into depth by different places around the world and how the different places affect the golden hour and the blue hour so you can have better photography. So we'll be doing that today. I think you're going to love this series, and we'll continue again with the travel series. They removed that, and so here we are. It's a new day. It is a new day. Welcome to Touch Base Daily, and a lot is going on in the world. Trump and the folks are still trying to figure out what they're doing over in the war area of Iran, but that is not our concern today. Today, it is about us. It is about you. It is about me. And we're going to spend time communicating and talking about photography and whatever's on your mind today. If you want to talk about Trump, we can do that. But in Iran, but this is your platform. This is your community. And so here we are. And I guess I should invite the Instagrammers in. I should do that in case you haven't seen, and I'll do that as well. There's a couple of things I'm going to hand out to you all. And so today we got a good day set up for you all. Okay, there we go. Let's go for live. Our live community on Instagram. And so first of all, while you're in the building, let me know while I'm doing this, could you put in the comment box, where are you viewing us from? This morning, I had a great time with our live at 5 a.m. on the East Coast of America, and 11 o'clock here in Central Time. So it's reversed. And so this morning I had a great chance to meet people from India, Australia. It was India, Australia, Amsterdam, and then there was another country that I never heard of, and I can't remember. Oh, wait, hold on a second. It was India. Oh, it was also Indonesia, but I think it was one of the islands associated with Indonesia, which was quite interesting. And we had some really good conversation this morning from my balcony. It's called From My Balcony. So we do that in the morning. So where are you located? Where are you sitting down right now? Where are you at the moment? Where are you located at the moment? Put that in the comment box, and then we'll go right into that. While you're doing that, I'm going to be setting up the Instagrammers. Okay, Instagrammer page is coming together and we're almost done. So here we go. Wonderful Instagrammers will be plugged in as well. You know, you have to include the Instagrammers, right? You can't just do this without the Instagrammers. Unfortunately, they must be here now. We love the Instagrammers. And so here we are. And guys, I am getting closer to 1,000 subscribers. Yay! We're at 952. 952. We're less than 50 subscribers away from that magic number of 1,000 subscribers. So we're doing good. We're moving forward, y'all. And we've been as since I've been away and traveling, we've been averaging about 61 subscribers in 28 days. I mean, for all those analytical people out there. And but yeah, it's been interesting. It's been great to have to be able to be a part and share this platform with you guys. And so let's say hello in this. Let's say hello first. And I see the first person with the gold this morning is our wonderful Hannah. She says, "Good day, Ron and Touch Base Daily family." In the second place position with the silver this morning is our Tanya Moore. And Tanya and I are going to be working on some projects for this community. And we are really looking seriously at doing a African tour of some kind in 2027. In 2027. So keep your ears posted. We're going to work on logistics. And I'm not going to make it to Kenya like I wanted to, or Tanzania. I wanted to do that, but because of the war that's going on, it is causing problems with airlines. So I might be just coming. I'll just hang out in South Africa, and do some stuff here. Probably go up to Sandton and go hang out in Johannesburg for a week or two, and then head back to the States. So there you have it. It's going to be simple. We're trimming it down, even though the Kenya and Tanzania were just extra add-ons. I was supposed to leave again June, second week or first week of June. And so I'll still be probably leaving the middle of June, depending on how long I stay in Johannesburg area. Okay, so you've experienced Cape Town with me. Now you're going to experience Johannesburg and Sandton. So we'll get that to you guys instead of Kenya. I wanted to go to Kenya. I really wanted to go, but my tour guide that is going to be my tour guide as a part of this community, Ole, he and I went to photograph and film the Great Migration. And the Great Migration takes place in July through September. So if I was going to Tanzania, I would miss out on the Great Migration. So we're going to kill two birds with one stone. Tanya and I talked yesterday, I think it was 2 days ago. And it is better to combine those two. So I'll do my Kenya trip with the Tanzania trip for the Great Migration. And that will be hopefully in 2020. It should be in 2027. And we'll work that out. So, because I really wanted to go this year, but I'll be coming home to the States. And I want to visit all my friends in the States. Might even go to Texas. I might even visit in Texas. Anyway, okay, I'm rattling on. Here we go. So the third place person in the building with the bronze is Miss Chris, 59. Hey, Chris R. She's in the building. Hello, everyone, she says. And hey, Miss GR. Houston Jack is in the building on her break. So good to see her. And always a reminder when you see Gwendolyn in the building, always remember that on Fridays is her show. And girl, listen, you guys say girl, stretch out the girl, listen. And so she's on, and you'll be able to follow her on her show, which is great. Jazzy's in the building. Jazzy says, good morning, beautiful people. And so good to see you all. And so where are you from? Where are you resting right now? Where are you working from? Where in the world are you right now? Since this community has gone international. And let's see here. Kelly A's in the building. Hey, Kelly A. She says, good morning, everyone. And good evening, Ron. And I see on the love, GSA, Kelly A's, thank you, Hannah. I'm here one more day, and that's the ultimate blessing. And disciple of the Lord. Okay, hello, disciple of the Lord. I see you in the building. And Kelly A, Hannah, Suburb, Cincinnati, in Ohio, Kentucky. Hey, Food Plane is in the building, Mr. DS. Hello, Ron and Touch Base Daily Family. DS here. And also, guys, if you have not been put on to DS's show, it is the Food Plane. So check out the Food Plane. And he's also, I've been posting his links. I should say, posting his show in our community. And if you're in this community, you can put, like I said, you can put your shows in the community feed. So it's that way people know that you are part of this community and we should be able to support you. So if you have a show and that's going on, make sure you put your show, if you're in this community, put it in the community chat and community board of this community Touch Base Daily. Okay, so check out Mr. DS. Mr. DS is the man. Also in here, hey, what's going on? Tip you Sultan is in the building. Jesus is not the way. Oh, that was not good to say. Oh, yeah, that's not good to say. Nope. Gotta take that back. Tip you. We cannot be insulting. Just wanted you to warn. Gotta give you the warning. Food Flame says, Ron, I saw the safari. Wow, that was that. What was that like? And let me show you. Oh, let me show you the safari video. If I can bring that up on the screen, I think I can. Hold on, let's see. And but it was, let me tell you, it was unexpected and we had a good time doing it. And I love impalas, and they are just such beautiful creatures, such, say, always full of grace, and I love them. And I'll share that with you guys as well. Let's get that on the screen. Okay, so, and here we go. Okay, I'll share that with you really quick. Since DS did bring it up, I might as well share it. And here we go. So thank you, DS, thank you for liking and bringing that up. So let's do that. Here we go. Lots of buttons to pull here. And okay. And I'm going to, oh, wait. This is YouTube, so I have to do it in silence. I think I have to do that. Yes, right. I think I have to do it in silence. So here is myself and my friend. We had a personal tour. It was called a nature safari drive through. We called the bush. They always call the outside, the countryside, the bush. And also we were able to look at cave, I should say, the bush people's art cave, let's say not cave, but artwork on the walls that was about 2,000 years old. And that was really good. But this was on our way, just getting the tour. And we run into this herd of impala. And so you are seeing me, I just thought it was worth posting, me having all three gadgets at one time working this, photographing and videotaping and all that good stuff. And then you'll see here myself at work. This is what I do when I was doing wildlife photography back in 2017 when I was in South Africa. This is what it looks like behind the scenes when you see people taking pictures of wildlife. You're usually in these Range Rovers, and you're out there in the wild where all the animals are. And in this case, I'm using my zoom lens, so I have at a great distance because especially in impalas, they do not like you to get near them. They are very, very sensitive to the environment. So when they hear you in the distance, all of them, they all pop up, their ears pop up. Their ears look like eyes, which is weird. And then they start snorking. And when they make this snorking sound, they do it in unison. And it's all of this sound of snorking is something to be heard. You can hear it in the video, but then you see them also running here. You'll see them running through the field, across the road, and to join the rest of the pack. And because they want to be together, there's strength in numbers. And one of the most fascinating um, attributes to the impala is their ability to um, jump. So as they are moving, they usually jump. They are jumping like gazelles, and it's incredible to watch. And I love photographing the wonderful wildlife. And so this is definitely a pull from there. And then at the end of this video, you will see, if I can, I don't think you can do that. You don't have a slider on Instagram. But at the end of this, you'll see some of the pictures I captured. Here they go. So these are the pictures I took that you see that I captured. And obviously a whole lot more, but these are the ones I shared in this video. But yeah, so there you go. That was my time out in the bush, as they call it here in in South Africa they call it the bush. Namibia they just say safari, at least where the place I was at. So it was amazing, DS, and it's always wonderful to be out in the wild to view all. We viewed some kudu. We also saw giraffes. So I got to photograph giraffe. I got to photograph some of the baboons hanging out in the rocks. So I was able to photograph that. So looking forward to sharing another video with just all the captures of my photos. Okay, there you go. Got it. And okay. Okay, look, tip you Sultan. You got to be nice in the building. You cannot insult people. You got to respect other people's religion. You got to respect people where they come from. So let's not do it. Let's not do it. No feuding in the spot. Okay. Anyway, moving right along. Don't forget, let's wine a little. Yes, DS. So also, what we also did on this safari, at the end, we gathered at this amazing place where all these rocks were located and overlooking the plains, and you saw the most amazing. There's nothing like an African sunset. When we do our lesson today on the golden hour and the blue hour in different parts of the world, that you'll get some clues in how to perfect your photography during the blue hour and the golden hour. And she says, thank you to DS. And yeah, we cannot forget, let's wine a little, which is also Gwendolyn's place. Gwendolyn's YouTube show. Okay. Oh, DS is currently in New England. So tell us about New England, sir. How's the weather? I heard and now it cooled off in the East Coast. So there we have it. And okay, so tip you're in Miami. He followed the instructions, letting us know, where are you at right now? Do share. And hey, Lisa's in the building. She says, good morning, everyone, and evening to Ron. Today is my travel day. Wish me traveling mercies. We're praying for you, Lisa. And yes, traveling mercies to you as you travel. And Adrian says the same thing. Hey, Sunny Boy's in the building. Hey, I was like, where's my son at? Anyway, he's in the building. He says, praying for safe travels, Lisa. And I see you in the building. And DS says, oh, so kind of you. Thank you, Ron. Hey, you know how we roll. You know how we roll in here. And let's see here. Safe travels, Lisa. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Kelly. Travel mercies for Hannah. Going on. Thank you. Sending traveling grace for Lisa. There we go. Did you have gun? Good. Did you have a gunman with you? Oh, most of the safari rangers have weapons. I am sure we did not see the weapons, but I'm sure there was a weapon inside his in the front part of the vehicle, and I'm sure he may have had another one on him. I have never been on a safari where the ranger did not have arms in case of emergencies. So yes, I believe I did not see one or any of them, but I am pretty sure, like I said, I've never been on a safari where the ranger did not have one. Okay. Lisa said, I really like Ron's enthusiasm and joy in this video. He shared with us. His amazement was good to see. Let me tell you, I was having the time of my life. I was like, I had my, and I was using finally, I used my Osmos, and I had never used it before through this whole trip. And now that I'm in this second leg, I'm using all my other equipment, and so I had a great opportunity to use my Osmo, and not bad. I really started to get the feel of it, and I cannot wait to put those videos together. I'm learning how to do this. I'm still figuring it all out, but I am sure once I get it, you're gonna like it. And yeah. Dia said, wow, them running captured on video is so cool. It really is. Hey, Fifi. Fifi's in the building. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And also, Food Plane says, wow, great pics, Ron. Thank you for sharing. And I see, hey, Fifi. Hey, Dr. Tashi's in the building. She says, good morning, all. And again, if you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes. It lets the algorithms know that we are here. Okay, and Bryson is in the building. He says, what's up, Ron? What's up, everybody? Happy new releases Tuesday. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. It is chilly outside. I have to tell you, Swakaman is extreme. I had to wear a sweatshirt today because it is really cool out today. And for those that don't know, we are in autumn as you are in spring. So if you're in America or you're in the northern hemisphere, you are right now in spring. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you are in autumn, or in some places the beginning of the wet season or the dry season. Okay, so there you have it. Anthony's in the building. What's up, Anthony? Antonio's in the building. He says, good morning, RLP family. I'm back in Dallas and my dad is doing fine. Thank God for that. We're just waiting for the results of the pathology report on Friday. And we are still praying for your dad, Mr. Anthony Rowland. And Dr. Tachi says, I'm in Fort Lauderdale. There we go. One day I will go. I can only visit Florida in December, January, or February because it's too hot in Florida. Food Plains Dia says, it's a bit brisk, a tad bit nippy. It was summer just a few days ago. Yeah, I heard that. And also, Kimmy's in the building. Kimmy Kim is in the building. You know, Kimmy Kim and I were having a conversation, and I would say, Kimmy should be asleep, but I'm not putting her business in the streets. We had a great conversation earlier today, and good conversation. Bryson said again, I heard that Michael movie is getting bad reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. No, say it isn't so. And Anthony also says for Lisa, praying for traveling grace, Lisa. Look at all the love. This is why I love community is important. And that's why we have a community here. And traveling grace, okay, got that. Traveling to okay, Fifi says for Roland. Anthony, that is great to hear. And we have Lisa saying also traveling to my mom every month is still cheaper than assisted living, even though we would never put her in that kind of place. And oh, Dia says, I just got a Pocket 3 and I am so excited to use it. I heard the angelic choirs of the heavens when I opened the package. I did. When I finally used my Osmos on the Safari, I was so happy. Let's see here. DS also says, it's amazing to me how that small camera can deliver such huge quality. The Osmo 3 is incredible. It is an incredible device, and I am going to play with this some more. I have some big events coming up that I will be using them for. Anthony Rowland says, today Dana and I are celebrating our 14th wedding anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary, Antonio. That is awesome. 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 Dr. Taji said to DS, the Osmo Pocket 3 is a great camera, especially when you're trying to keep things light. Exactly. And I really should be using it here. I can literally connect it to this, my StreamYard, and it will give you a better picture. I just keep forgetting to do it. I need to be more proactive in putting that together. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. PP says your safari photos were beautiful, Ron. Thank you. They just released the Pocket 4. Yeah, but I heard they're not releasing it in America. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know that the Pocket 4 is available in Europe, but is not being released in the United States. So I've been told. But I could have been told the wrong information. But I heard that it's not going to be released in America. Thank you, everyone, says Antonio. Okay, but it's 5:29. So what's on your mind today? I'm curious, what is on your mind on this Tip Tuesday? Again, I watch the news, but I don't watch the news because I have to keep my brain like. But also, I was off the grid for the weekend, so that really helped to not look at the news. And let's see here. Any questions? Any questions? So what's on your mind, or if you have any questions? And then if not, then we'll go straight to our lesson. Dr. Tai says, you are correct, Ron. They are not releasing the Pocket 4 in America. That's what I heard. And I was like, no. So when I was in Europe, I was going to get the 4, but then I couldn't find the 4. I couldn't find it. So, even though it's released in Europe, they haven't, it's not in the main stores yet. And Dia says, what will you miss most about this trip to Africa? The sanity of it all. I am meeting so many beautiful people. I've attended 2 braais. For those that don't know what a braai is, it's spelled BRAAI, and they have in America we call them barbecues, but it's where they literally cook outdoors. It's just cooking outdoors. You invite friends over, and you just have great conversation. And last Friday, I had the best conversation, connecting, meeting other folks. Some were from Cape Town, some were from different parts of South Africa, some were from different parts of Namibia, Swakaman. And it's just because there's not a lot of because the population is not as excessive as living in the New York metropolitan area, it seems that every moment with other people is celebrated. So, like this Friday, they're having some event that I was invited to, and I will definitely go. There's a marathon run this weekend that I was invited to, so I will go. And so I'm meeting all these people. And then I'm hoping that in the next couple of weeks, I will get a chance to meet our co-Americans at the embassy. I don't know. I'm not sure if the embassy is here in Swakaman or if the embassy is in Windhoek. So I'm hoping at some point that I will get to meet the folks at the American embassy, and I would love to have a conversation with them and for them to get to know me. And since if I plan to live here, I would like to know, like, set up a meeting with them and know the pros and cons of living here as a diplomat. So, and then also since I am a member of one of the chamber in the United States, what would that? How could that be of help being here in Namibia as a no, I don't want to be a diplomat, but what does that look like? So what does it look like to be a diplomat here? So I'm really gonna miss when I leave here. I'm gonna miss the people the most, and the second thing I will miss is the good food. I have not tasted food so real, so delicious. In America, I mean, I say everything, but a lot of things are not real in America. And a lot of the food is old, nothing's fresh. I mean, literally, when you go out and like at the braai, they are cooking a goat that has been just killed yesterday. So, or a couple of days ago. So, like today, the fisherman came by the house. He caught fish I guess today, or this early this morning, right at the Atlantic Ocean, right down the block or out on a boat, obviously. And then my buddy Paul was able to receive a bundle of fish. I was like fresh out the ocean like this morning. So I will miss the very basics of life and the simplicity of life. And it is very quiet here. Um, I go for walks in the afternoon, in the mornings or in the evenings. Like today's gonna be a beautiful sunset. So I will definitely share the sunset with you guys this evening from a different location at the waterfront. But I'll do my evening walk to do that. So I will miss my friends. I'll miss the friends I'm gaining in these travels. Good question, DS. I hope that answered. Oh, DS has another one. See, DS is the one that has the question. DS, you should be an interviewer. I mean, you really come with some good questions. DS says, "Have you had a moment that you can share that you feel were spiritual, if that makes sense? Could be a connection you made with a person or nature, anything." Well, I will tell you. Well, you know what happened to me on my trip where when we were stranded on the road. It makes you really get spiritual when you are stuck in the wilderness and there's no help. There's no help, and the help is 40 minutes away from coming to visit and be with you. So the uh, I would say the most spiritual thing I am gaining in my time here is I'm challenged. Remember, I'm a believer of you must become comfortable with being uncomfortable to grow. For the purpose of growth, you must be comfortable with being uncomfortable. So I am every day learning to become more comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I am being stretched in ways that I never thought I would be stretched in. For instance, meeting strangers and building relationships, just like, having conversations, um, sharing as people reciprocating, as people are sharing. There are people that you meet that are just really open about sharing what, what they're going through. What, for instance, when I do this touch base daily, I still do my touch base daily at 11 o'clock. And today I had the most meaningful touch base daily in this time zone. And a young man from India was interacting with me on the touch base daily. And he was sharing with me the rejection of his mother of him. He's rejected by his parents. And I had to tap in to my knowledge and my experiences of rejection to help him in the morning, this morning. Or, and in the same this morning, there was a gentleman that came into the show, or in the time on the balcony, we call it, from the balcony, and he talked about, he asked, how do you deal with a breakup? And I gave him some advice, and he didn't want me to give them a theory of what it is, how to deal with breakup. He was like, how do you deal with breakup? And so I shared that with him this morning. So because I'm now in another time zone, I have access to another population, and I'm learning their customs and Ron and these warnings. And but this morning, like I woke up and I was like, oh wow, I have access to, like, this morning, the people that were in our chat was from India, like I said, Australia, Amsterdam's, uh, Indonesia, I said that, and some other places. But it was really good to have the conversations with them. But yeah, spiritually, I am becoming more, well, another thing is I am seeing such beauty in the geology of Namibia that makes you have, it makes you pause and say, none of this could have just happened by accident. I have kind of like rekindled my belief system that this world that we live in, this galaxy, I don't know the extent of it all, but I do know one thing. Nothing like all what's going on around us in the universe, geologically, the planet, the stars, the light, this is not by chance. There's something greater. There is, for we believers, we say God. So for some, they say the universe. For some, they say Allah. There is more to our existence, that lies beyond our existence. Because when you just, like, when I was sitting on the porch I know it's a long answer for your question. When I sat on the porch on Sunday and I just looked out into the plains and the mountains and the way the wind was blowing on the grass, you cannot, to me, I cannot phantom them not being a God or something that had created all of this order. It's impossible to my logic that all of this could be created without some kind of order. So that's my spiritual answer. That's my long-winded answer to your question. And I find being here in Africa and being out in the wilderness has rekindled my love and appreciation for God and the creation that is all around us. That's what I can. That's how I can explain how I feel about that. And okay, so thanks for sharing, Ron. I got that. Okay, I'm a huge fan of G says, Ron, and these warnings. What warnings? What warnings? What did I warn you? I did. Hey, let me just say, first of all, let me say hey to Zane Sylvester. Welcome. It's so good to see you in the building. Wayne, Zane, and Sylvester is in the building. So thank you for being here. And if you're here for the first time, make sure you hit subscribe. And we welcome you into the community here. I always have the best question. Yes, DS has the best questions. He is a great interviewer. Why? Thanks for sharing, Ron. I got that. And okay, and then DS says, I am a huge fan of Indian culture, the food, music, people, clothing. I love it. And he says, that's deep. And hey, Cheryl's in the building. What's up, Cheryl? So good to see you. Hello, I'm new. Tanya referred me. Cheryl, welcome to our community. So good to see you. And I am glad that you are here. And thank you. Kimmy says, I saw some of that conversation you had this morning. All new names, interesting questions. They really seem to want to know your opinion. You are so open to everything, Ron. I am. You can. The reason why you take these journeys is to abandon yourself, to become abandoned to you, what you think is your norm. You know, Gwendolyn's, used to have this conversation about norms. There are no norms. I mean, you may say in a shallow way, there are norms where you live, norms for your family, norms for your school, norms. Those are norms. But the world is so diverse, and the world is filled with humans that have such unique experiences. And what I find with the part of this community now that's developing in this community, especially in the mornings here in the East, a lot of my audience in the mornings are from, like I said, from the East, the Pacific, from India, from China, we have people from, yeah, I mean, you just think of the eastern part of the world, they pop into my feed. And because I'm a gray head old man, I guess they like to say, maybe some people say, the way they ask questions is quite different from the way the Westerners do it. And their concern is, oh, please forgive me for asking the question. I'm like, no, ask the question. And they're like, please forgive me for this. Please forgive me for that. Sir, may I ask you this? Sir, Kim can tell you, because Kim was there this morning, right? So it's a different way. The way people in the Eastern world communicate, and their respect for people who are older is quite different from those in the West. And it's very, 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 it really shows up. For instance, when I was this weekend in the at the farm out in the country, the house attendants, when they met me, the young lady, she curtsied and the gentleman bowed. And I'm like, I'm not. So even here in Africa, in different parts of Africa, there's such respect for seniors that is it's quite I don't know, it's just a different feeling of being respected in that way. And I enjoy, sometimes it throws me off because I'm like, oh no, no, you don't have to do that. But then I realize, oh right, Ron, shut your mouth, because this is their custom, and embrace their custom. I have to keep reminding myself that I'm an American in a world that's very different from America. So I'm learning a lot. I am learning a lot being here. DS says, in the words of Optimus Prime, there's more to it than meets the eye. Absolutely. Who says, I love it. And Hannah says also to Cheryl Grant, hello and welcome. I see the welcomes there. And we're a community. We're a community. And Tanya says also, Cheryl Grant, 1766, so glad you stopped by. We welcome people. Dia says, I figured that would happen going on an adventure such as yours. And also G says, good day, Cheryl. And G says, my comment posted after my phone call ended. I appreciate how you give the trolls a warning. I do. I believe in giving the trolls a warning, but I know if the trolls misbehave, they will be blocked, deleted, because we want to keep a nice, respectful community. And I see all the highs to Cheryl. And hey, Mimi's in the building. She says, blessed morning. She says, blessed morning, Rod and RLP, Touch Base Daily family. And so there you have it. So got to make sure my lips aren't looking dry. Sorry about that, y'all. And thank you so much, Cheryl says. You are welcome. You are welcome. And Mimi says, I salute you for getting out of your comfort zone. That is the one thing that prevents folks from living life, and life is too short. And this is why. You know, my grandfather passed away at 62. I'm 62. But I'll never forget, I was in high school and my grandfather passed away. And I was like, oh my gosh. And now that I'm 62, I'm like, holy God. I mean, my grandfather was young, because 62 is not old when you think about it. I mean, there's still like 30 more years to live. I mean, if God gives you the grace. But 62 is not old. And I now realize that my grandfather died at a young age, 62. Not old at all. And so, yes, I am a believer. You must live life, especially after my cancer scare, you know, having cancer and having it gone. And you got to live your life. Life is short. And I am meeting so many people in this journey as well, is I'm hearing their stories about their family. Like one of my friend who I went to her house, she lost her dad. Her father was 44 when he died. And so we talked about that. People die at any age. It's just that we think about it when older people die. But there's a lot of young people dying. There's a lot of kids dying. There's a lot of people with cancer of all ages. So my lesson to this all, as I run into people and hear their stories, because you know I'm listening to stories, live your life. Like I tell people from India, they usually pop in and ask the question, and I go, one person said, could you please tell me that you're proud of me? That sounds weird, but when you think of it, some people need to hear it. And so I repeated it for him. And then he said, thank you. He goes, I want to be a wood clogger. He wanted to create wood clogs. Well, I guess I think he's from Amsterdam. And I said, you can be whatever you want to be. Just do it. Good morning, Hannah. That's the conversation we're talking about, Kimmy Kim. Netherlands was in the conversation. Was the conversation from the Netherlands. And Tanya said, Touch Base Daily Family Cheryl is a new addition to our community, and we'll be adding our new works to the community page. Look out for her good news. I love it. Thank you. And Anthony says, respect and reverence. Exactly. Also, the food playing. Let me look at this. All the time. It's time for lessons. I find that fascinating. I find all of it fascinating. That's why this is a great journey. The food plane says, are there any challenges you have encountered over there with photography? No, because I know that in certain cultures, photography, you have to respect, you have to read the room, as we always say. Read the room, and it will let you know if you can take out your camera and start photographing, or read the room and then ask permission, can you take out the camera and photograph? So I've been doing this a long time, so I can read the room. And but photography wise, no, I've had no problem. I have not had a problem because I know how to read the room. And Cheryl says, "Thank you so much thank you so much, my dear friend and sister Tanya, for the intro." And also she says, "Thanks all for the warm welcome." Hey, Chris was in the building this morning too, from Thailand. Look at that. Thailand was in the building this morning. She goes, "Are you still doing your daily walks? Do you feel like you're losing weight?" I am. I've lost about an inch. I went to the grocery store today without my belt, and that may have been not a good idea because my pants were falling down. I was like, "Oh, I'm losing weight. That's a good sign." So I definitely am losing weight because these pants are starting to get loose, and I'm like, "Yes, mission is being accomplished." Dia says, "Oh wow, you overcame cancer. I can only imagine that what that was like, but I'm glad you made it through that. Still work to do." Whoa, look who's in the building. What am I? Oh man. Erica is in the building. Erica Hamburg is in the building, and another amazing photographer. And she is a travel photographer, and she has photographed some really incredible. She has books and everything. Welcome in the building, Erica. So good to see you. She's also part of my photography meetup. When I'm back in the city, I cannot wait to get back and see them all. And Dia says, "I meant you are still here because there is still more to do." You better believe it. It is not over. Life is not over until the fat lady sings. Mimi says, "Child, after the weekend you had, yes." as as uh, as Chris said, she said I kept her laughing all morning, even to this morning when she said you went from the horror film to Little House on the Prairie all in one weekend. That was a lot of fun. Yes, it was definitely a wild weekend indeed. Everyone knows. So if you haven't seen yesterday's story, go back to yesterday's show and you will see the story of being in the wild in many ways. Okay, it is time for our lesson because we're going to go into a little overtime today, but if you don't mind. But you guys had good questions. Thank you, DS. I love when you ask questions, they are important. And so here we are. And guys, you can find this on our Patreon page. This is if you don't know, if you scan the QR code in the the left-hand corner of the screen, it takes you to our Patreon page. And this is the Patreon page, and you can become a member. We have the memberships over here on the top part if you want to become a member. And it has all the different ways you could become a member, how you can support. We always recommend the purple. It does help, and that pays for all the technology behind being on here live and all that good stuff. And I say, since you guys are paying for it, I'm here. So thank you for the Patreon community. But if you also want to support, you can do that in the membership portion of our show, channel. Okay, so today we are talking about, drum roll please, mastering light on the road, golden hour versus blue hour in different climates. Guys, when I went through this, I was like, this is really something to share with you all. And now that this community is international, it's going to help you wherever you are in the world, because how you see the world and light in different parts of the world show up differently because you are at a certain latitude or a longitude. The latitudes and longitudes change the light. Not only that, the seasons, or you live in the desert, or you live in the cold or snow, or you live in the tropics. Every one of those places has a different look for the golden hour and the blue hour. Well, let me first start out with what is the golden hour? The golden hour is the hour leading to the sun setting on the horizon. Sun goes below the horizon. The hour after the sun goes below the horizon is called the blue hour. That happens at a different time every day because your sunset is different every day. So, based on the sunset, the golden hour is at a particular time of the day. Leading into the sunset or leading after the sunset is the blue hour. Okay? Now we got that established. So let's go. Get your pens and papers out. Let's get ready. It's going to be, give me just 10 minutes and we'll be done. 15 minutes the max. And if you have questions, make sure you put a Q in the comment box and we'll do the Q&A after. Okay, let's get to it. So the title of this, Mastering Light on the Road, Golden Hour versus Blue Hour in Different Climates. Photography Tip Tuesday, Mastering Light. Here we go. Number one, know the character of each hour. Golden hour. What does the golden hour represent? Warm, directional, forgiving. Everybody looks good in the golden hour. Skin glows, textures soften, and shadows stretch with intention. Golden hour. That's the golden hour. So this is going to help you in your visual storytelling. Blue hour. Cool, atmospheric, cinematic. Colors deepen, silhouettes sharpen, and the world feels suspended between day and night. The blue hour. Okay, know the difference between the golden hour, and the blue hour. And then here's a tip for you all. You can treat these hours not as better or worse, but as different emotional palettes. Okay, let's begin. How climate changes the light. The desert. I'm in the desert. So this is, I had to, obviously I had to throw this in here for sure. Desert and arid regions like Namibia, Morocco, Arizona. The golden hour is extremely fast. The sun drops like a stone. And you guys have seen it when I've shared the sunsets with you all. You see how fast that sun goes down. Pre-visualize and be in position early. You see how I go down to the waterfront to get there early. So wherever you are in these kind of places, you need to be there early. Get ready. Get your camera ready for the golden hour. Blue hour on the deserts and arid regions. Blue hour, surprisingly vibrant. Dust in the air amplifies cobalt tones, perfect for silhouettes, dunes, and long shadows. Behind where I'm staying are the dunes. These dunes are 50 stories high. And at night, the dunes, the way the light hits the dunes is majestic. Maybe tonight I should go to the dunes instead. Maybe I should walk down to the dunes instead of the water so you guys can see how the dunes look. Maybe I'll surprise you this evening. The tip here, use the sand as a natural reflector. It bounces warm light beautifully. Also, in these places like Namibia, Morocco, Arizona, these desert type climates, arid lands, if the dust is in the air and it makes the sunsets look like a disk in the sky. So you don't have the flares. I should say like what I call the softening yellow light around the ball of the sun. You can literally see the sun because the dust in the air makes the sun look red, and it changes color as it's setting. Beautiful to catch a sunset in the desert. Okay, moving right along. Moving right along. In tropical and humid climates like Ghana, Brazil, Southeast Asia, golden hours are softer and hazier because humidity diffuses the sun. Colors lean toward pastels rather than fiery hues. So in those places, you get more of the pinks, the blues, pastels. Blue hour, clouds hold on to the last light longer, giving a dreamy, painterly gradient. You know how you see sometimes the clouds look like cotton, or you see the colors and the hues changing. You get the pinks and the blues going up. Yes, that happens in more tropical, humid climates. The great thing about living in New York, for the most part, we get this because we get the humidity and then we have the dry. But our dry never reaches like the deserts, but we get a little mixture in New York. Coastal and windy regions like Portugal, Cape Town. Remember, I was in Cape Town sharing those sunsets with you, and Iceland. I love Iceland. Golden hour, winds clear the air, making colors crisp and contrasty, great for dramatic landscapes and portraits with movement. The blue hour in these areas, reflections on water intensify blues and purples. Oh, I had a beautiful sunset with my last day in Cape Town 2 weeks ago, and the water was purple. The water was purple and the sky turned purple. This is real stuff, y'all. Take these notes down. You'll become better at your photography and know why you're shooting. Okay, in northern and high latitude regions like Germany, Scandinavia, Canada, the golden hour is longer. So you have long, and it's longer, and it lingers. Light wraps gently around subjects, ideal for portraits and architecture. Blue hour there is also deep and moody and extended because of the length of longer hours in the daytime or longer hours in the night. So it depends on what time of year it is. Remember that. Okay. Deeper, moody, and extended, perfect for cityscapes and quiet street scenes. Right? One person walking down the block facing into the sun, and then you take the photo, and then the long trail of shadow behind the person in an open street on the side of maybe a building with white bricks or yellow bricks. And you see the person, but the long shadow. The higher altitudes give you that. Okay, number 3, how to shoot each hour like a pro. Here we go, y'all. Get ready. Here it comes. Golden hour techniques. Shoot toward the sun for halos, flares, and rim light. Those like flares. Shoot with the sun behind you for rich, warm color and clean details. Use your hand as a quick shade to control flare on your smartphone. What do I mean by that? So you have the sun coming in. You can do something like just kind of like gently. Don't put your hand in front of the camera, but you can kind of like shade it off or go a little higher and control the way the sun is hitting the lens. Don't put it in front of the lens, but you can control some of that glare, which creates amazing flares. When I was doing the safari and we got to this this amazing sunset area. I caught one of the best sunsets I've ever photographed. And it has these amazing flares. Okay, now I'm not posting that on Instagram. That will be posted in our YouTube channel community. So I'm going to work on that tonight so I can share with you tomorrow. Okay, so that I'm going to definitely get to you. The flares. Okay, blue hour techniques. Stabilize your camera. Even a wall or a backpack works. Expose for the highlights to keep the mood intact. So look at the light and shoot for that, your exposures. Look for artificial light, street lamps, windows, neon. Ah, there's nothing like taking pictures in the blue hour and capturing neon lights. It's just special, y'all, because they glow beautifully against the cool sky. Same thing we're also doing Christmas time. If you are in the blue hour and you take pictures of the Christmas lights, mwah, it's so beautiful. Number 4, and we're almost there. Got one more after this. Storytelling prompts for you to consider. Capture the transition, not just the peak. Arrive early, stay late. They always say that about photographers. We should never be the first to leave. Always arrive early and stay late. We're the last people to leave the room or to leave the space. But in this case, wait. Something good could happen. Ask, what emotion does this light create? Warmth, mystery, solitude, anticipation. You'll see that in movies. Movie directors use light to create the mood of the scene, right? So again, photograph movement, waves, traffic, people walking, because transitional light loves motion. Like we're photographing in Times Square as the sun is going down is spectacular because of the people moving, lots of movement. Great photos. Document your own journey, the road, the meal, the companion, the quiet moment before the next city. Okay, so storytelling prompts for you to consider. Do that. Okay, last but not least, this is for you all. This is for you all as a community. Homework, a touch-based daily challenge we can do together. Golden versus blue. Show us how light shifts your story. This is your assignment, and we have a community page so you can post. You're going to do, those that want to participate, put it into the community. And then we have other photographers here that can critique and help you. We have a lot of photographers in this community. Here's the assignment. You are going to create one image during the golden hour. Then you're going to take another photo during the blue hour. Same location, same day, but you're creating a different feeling. Here's my invitation. I invite you to reflect on how the light changed your mood, not just your photo. Take one picture, like go out today, catch your sunset, get your golden hour photographed. Doesn't have to be a sun, just the golden hour, the hour before the sun sets, and then the hour after the sun sets. That's 2 hours. Go out and photograph one photo during the golden, one photo during the blue, and then post it into our community. Okay? Any questions? I hope you got something out of this. Again, you can find this on our Patreon page if you want to. That is free of charge. Just go there, support if you want. But this is the long version right there. You can check it out in our Patreon community. Okay. What says you? What says you? Did you learn anything today? Did you learn anything today? Any cues? Any questions? Okay, I'm looking here. I don't see any questions. I don't see any questions. Okay, it's almost clear. I got the clear. I got the clear. Dr. Tati said the drum roll, please. And And Anthony says something. Okay, Anthony says, when you're in an unfamiliar place, if you can go to the spot you want to shoot the day before, you see how the sun behaves. Depending on the landscape and time of year, the light will cast differently. So true. This is another photographer in the room giving you some good advice. Okay. And I see in here like 100%. And Tanya said, yes, you are knowing your connection to the earth. Yes. Okay, y'all. Okay, let's get some the little advertisements here. Again, here you are. You want to put your photos on the community board and share your thoughts of your photos. You already got your direction. Okay, next thing, if you want to be on the email list, just go to ronlewisphotos.com and sign up to be on the email list. And if you are in New York or in the US and you need a photographer for an event that's coming up, I am available. So just get on my calendar, call me up, slide into the DMs, reach out to me, and we will get that for you. Again, become a member of thank you to our Patreon members. Your support helps us create amazing content. It's because of our Patreon community that makes this happen. Thank you so much. And also, if you're here, always remember to hit the like. And if you are here for the first time and you're seeing this for the first time, and you got these free, beautiful tips for your photography, the best thing you can do, you don't have to pay money. It's free. All you have to do is hit subscribe. That could be something that you can do to help this channel. Okay, and I think I got it. Oh, one more thing I forgot. And if you want to become a member, that is highly, highly appreciated, because you'll not only be supporting us here, you'll also be showing that you like what we do here. Okay, so there you have it. This is a community, and this community is here for you. Thank you for being a part of this community, and I hope you learned something today. I hope you walk away with some knowledge. And my favorite thing in the world is the golden hour. And since I am now creeping into my golden hour time, I need to rush out of here and try to get to the waterfront and share the sunset with you. I got 30 minutes to do it, and the sun will set. So I need to get there before it. So take care, guys. Thank you for joining me. And I'll see you guys. If you want to join me at the sunset, I'll see you. If not, I'll see you tomorrow.